Now to change this from a version 4 to a version 5. Day 4 of the February Daily Challenge. If I get this one out, there's only 24 left to go. Wow, big. So anyway, rear sprocket, it hangs right at the bottom of the car. It's sitting right next to the tyre, so it won't really matter. So what we're going to do is put a chain tensioner in there. So I'm going to put a metal plate in this triangle so that the chain tensioner will have this big bolt go through the plate, and then the tensioner spring will have a series of holes through the plate so that we can tension it up at different amounts. Now, I've got two different sprockets for the rear. This is a 73 tooth, and I've got a 62 as well, I think. So hopefully that should be an alright ratio. Now at the front here, I've got the idle shaft. This will be spinning at exactly the same speed as the gearbox output shaft, which first gear is about 2.8 to 1, I think. So I've got a 24 tooth sprocket to go on this end. I've got no idea if this ratio is going to be right or not, because I don't know for certain what is in the engine, and never really played with go-karts that much. So Paul from Cut Price Racing, where I got all the go-kart parts, he said this should be an alright ratio. So, and good thing about using go-kart parts is there is about 30 different sprocket sizes I can put on the back here. I can go all the way down to about a 51 I think, and they go up as big as an 82. After a bit of discussion, we decided we'll try this ratio to start with and see what happens. I've also got a 12 tooth that I can put in here, and that should give me a fairly good variation. So I'll put this in. I'll make a plate to go up in there, and then we'll run the chain around. I'm using the two biggest sprockets I have, so the chain will be set for this, and then if I go to the small sprocket here or the small sprocket here, the tensioner should be able to take up the slack with the adjustments that we make for that. Well, that's the plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. Micro adjustment tool, really handy things. Alright, CAD template time. A triangle. Something like that. See if I can find a piece of steel. Alright. Okay. Nope. got that made now. I'll just weld him in so he's flush. Once he's welded in, I weld the big bolt in and everything should mount up. That should be pretty good there. I'll come in and tack him from this side. Alrighty. Let's assemble this bit. So, spring and the thing. See what happens when he's tight. So he'll sit somewhere like that. If we need more tension on it, we can pull him out of that hole and bring him around further down. If only the front chain was that easy. Alright, I'll get the chain, wrap the chain around and make it the right length. I need more chain. There's the link. Nose fell on the floor. Alright, so I've got a longer chain. It's actually two chains. CPR supply chains as well. Now, that all looks pretty good. Seems to work. Chain guards are going to be later, because I got to do chain guard there, cover across the shaft, and chain guard that comes up over here. I'm also going to make a matching panel to go over the other side to cover all the shifter linkages. So, I'll see if I get the other tensioner to work now. Alright, next step. I've made this plate, but I've got no idea how I'm going to make a tensioner fit. So, what do you think? If we get this thing here and do that with those bits and the little thing and the bit that goes round, what do you reckon? Good idea? Alright, glad you agree with me. Watch your eyeball, Shed Corgi. About to unleash the lightning. Alright, so that's just a holder for now. I have a cunning plan. So, I have a tensioner. A couple of nylocks to keep it where it's meant to be. Now let's hope the chain still fits. There we go. I just need to wind those nylocks back down. That'll push this up. That tensions it. And the nylocks hold it there. Fairly happy with that solution. Turns out the chain tensioner was part of version 5 of the engine cradle. Who'd have thunk? Anyway, that's it for today. It's not even midday and it's already 32.6 degrees in the shed quarters. So, super duper time. There was a comment about the battery tray has not been crossed off the list. Now that's because, well, it hasn't been welded to the chassis yet, so until that's finalised, it's not getting crossed off. Now I'm waiting until I've stripped the chassis and I flip it over as part of doing the fuel system, because then I could just do a couple of nice simple welds and it'll be done. Yeah, that's it for today. As always, customize everything.